Hi teachers, it's Amanda Schlatter. I'm here for our Unit 3 topic letter. I'm sorry that this is so bizarre, but I had to find a quiet place to be able to make this video. If you've never been to the CNI warehouses, it's kind of a creepy place, but this was like the quietest place I could find to make a video, so don't mind the background. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about the assessment binder and show you some resources that you might not know exist. I've been hearing some teachers talk about having to reteach lessons and being worried that their kids aren't getting it. So I wanted to point out to you, tab these pages so that you can find them again later. This is page 13 in your assessment overview. Let me get it up there so you can see it better. And what you'll notice is that there are some boxes that I've highlighted, the dark shaded ones. Those boxes are showing you when a standard is meant to be mastered. So you'll notice that here, Bridges Unit 6 is when the operation and algebraic thinking standards here are expected to be mastered. Well, we know we're here in Unit 3, right? So it's no wonder that our students are not mastering some of these concepts yet, because we're not expecting them to be mastered. The first set of standards that are expected to be mastered isn't until Unit 5, and those are your geometry standards. So give your kids a break and know that they are working on the skills that they need to work on in order to get to that mastery. Another tool that I wanted you to know about is your assessment binder. It's on pages 36, 37, 38, 39. These are progress reports meant to be used for parents to communicate with them. However, I found that they're a really great tool for teachers as well. Let me point out how they can be used. If you look here, you can see how the standards are being broken down. So this standard, I know it's so hard to see, is 10A6. I'll read it to you. In quarter 1, 10A6 says adds and subtracts up to 10. But in quarter 2, 10A6, it builds on like a staircase, saying develop strategies for adding to 20 and subtracting to 10. Followed by, in quarter 3, the entire standard is using strategies for adding and subtracting to 20. So a nice way for these to be used for teachers is to help us to break down those standards and know which part of the standard should be accomplished at what point in the year. So that's on page 36 of your assessment binder. So moving on to talk a little bit about Unit 3 here. The big idea in Unit 3 is for students to be developing strategies to efficiently and effectively solve math facts. The intent is not for them to memorize their basic facts. The intent is for them to develop strategies, reasoning strategies, in phase 2 of fluency development. What that means is that they're using a multitude of entry points and strategies and models to develop these skills. So if I pull up the landscape here, you'll notice where I have highlighted some different big ideas, such as using doubles, the property of commutativity, which is turnaround facts, and a property of associativity, which is knowing that you can add numbers in any order and that you're still going to get the same sum. But then you might have over here students working on conservation, which is being able to hold a number in their head and then counting on. And then this big idea of part-whole relationships. All of these different ideas and strategies that they will be using are supporting them to develop the skills they need to efficiently solve a math fact problem. It's important for you to know that kids can be entering this concept in any place on this landscape. They might even still be down here at supertizing. The important thing to know about supertizing is if they aren't supertizing yet, all of these other skills here, they're not ready for. So if they are rolling a dice or looking at a domino and they still can't recognize that 5 is 5 without counting all the dots, then that means you need to differentiate by offering some more here. So your job during Unit 3 is to be kid watching your students and trying to figure out where they are on this landscape and what you need to do to support them. So that's all for today, and I hope that you enjoy the letter. There's some resources there for you to print off and perhaps talk about math fact fluency in your PLCs, and I look forward to seeing you next time.